One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. Chasse Conque is the athletic director at Little Rock. He's on One Question today. And Chase, we're going to start this discussion with the unique path that you took to the AD chair there at Little Rock. And of course, you know, your background was raising money in college athletics. Then you spent the better part of 4 years doing it in some more mainstream higher ed roles. But when you came back to athletics, became the AD, how did you think about the context of how you had spent the previous 4 years kind of outside college athletics and how that may play to your staff, and maybe some ways you wanted to reconnect with them and your knowledge place of the industry early on in your tenure when you came back into athletics? Were there any unique ways you thought about that in the challenge of becoming an AD?
Yeah, sure. You know, and certainly, you know, anytime you move into that chair, there's challenges, no matter how many years of experience you have, no matter what facet of the department in which you've worked. But, you know, I had spent almost 5 years here on this campus at Little Rock before leaving for 3.5, 4 years. And, you know, the name of the game in athletics and so much of what we do as ADs is finding ways to generate new revenue. And that was a key part of the hiring process when they were going to hire a new AD here at Little Rock. But I was familiar with our campus. I knew our people. I knew our department. I knew our staff. But I think my story even goes back a little bit further. And I think you got to go back to, you know, I was 10, 12 years old when I had aspirations to be an athletic director. My father's a Division I head college football coach. So I've been around the sport and the game my entire life. And so getting to move into this role with the expertise of fundraising, with the understanding of what our coaches need, I knew all those things are going to be very important.
How thoroughly did you think about the first time you sat down with your entire staff and what you were going to say to them? Was that more heartfelt, here's my story and here's why I'm passionate to be here? Or did you strategically think about the message you wanted to deliver and how you were going to do that?
It was very on point about what we needed in the department. It was not about me. And I remember that day very clearly. And I told them, I said, I don't have, you know, a lot of profound words in a message this morning other than this is where our department is today. These are the struggles that I'm well aware of, and we've got to get it back on track. And it started with building trust. It started with building trust with our coaches, with our personnel here on the hallway and the administrative level, and also our student athletes. And that's where we started, and we hit the ground running. And I'm really proud of the success we've had the last couple of years.
When you talk about building trust, many of us think about that in transparent communication and clear communication about where we are and where we're going. Are you I want to get face-to-face with my people as much as possible? How do you handle the topic of communication specifically with your staff?
Yeah, and I think it's a variety of all those different you know, vehicles of communication, and a lot of face-to-face. You know, I'm very much it's very much a priority to me to be with our coaches. You know, whether it's routine meetings, whether it's, you know, getting in their office and spending time with them, and money is the name of the game. And you know, at a mid-major level, there were some things that we needed from a budget standpoint that they had to be successful. You know, it's not always easy. Sometimes there's steps back. You have to take a few steps back in order to take a few forward when it comes time to your budget. And I think the more transparent you can be with your communication, you know, allowing them to be hands-on with their budgets, allowing them to be hands-on with the decisions they have to make within their programs over time, you know, being transparent. Sometimes the conversations aren't always easy. But at the end of the day, I think they truly believe, you know, now that we're almost 2.5 years into this, that I have their best interest at heart. And so we started laying that groundwork very early.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.